Langrisser.
Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to be doing the third challenge battle of the Trails of Truth event. This one is called Mechanized Strike. So let's jump in and take a look. So let's talk about this fight before I demonstrate the way it works. Okay. First, Deus Excellion is the character that you have to kill to beat the battle. And Deus Excellion has 3 skills and a talent. His talent is that after taking action, at least 2 enemy units must be within a 4-block range of him. Otherwise, he gains precaution, damage dealt increased by 50%. Cannot be dispelled, ignores immunity, can be stacked. You cannot let him use this skill. Otherwise, you're gonna die. But the 4-block range is very, very wide when you think about it. So it's not an issue to really prevent this from happening. His 3 skills are as follows, and he uses them in the order that's shown. First is Cannon Recharge. It recharges 3 random cannons, and make sure to stay out of the charged cannon's attack range. So the cannons are all around the map, and what the cannons do is that it attacks all enemies in 3 straight lines, dealing 0.36 times AoE damage. Attacked units are afflicted with Electrify. All damage taken when in Electrify status is increased by 75%. Cannot be dispelled, ignores immunity, can be stacked, and it lasts 1 turn. So since it's a 3-line attack, you have to stay out of those lines. What's key is, by the skill itself will not kill you. It's if he's allowed to. What will kill you though is if the cannons use their skill and then Deus Excellion follows up with either a Strafing Fire or Charged Claw. Next, so avoid the cannons. Next, Strafing Fire. Attacks multiple enemies within range, deals 0.6 times AoE damage, and applies the homing missile effect. At the end of every turn, take fixed damage equals to 1 times the attacker's attack. That spreads to friendly units within 1 block range, and it lasts 1 turn. Cannot be dispelled, ignores immunity. So this skill in some ways is the stat check of the fight. You have to be able to survive 0.6 times AoE physical damage. As long as you survive it, no issues with this fight. And finally, Charged Claw. It's a physical attack dealing 0.8 times damage to the target and pulls them to his side while stunning that character. Nothing too difficult about that. So all 3 skills have 2-turn cooldown, so it means he's going to use the skills sequentially, endlessly. So because of this fight is just, it's not really a significant stat check. Instead, it's more about character positioning than anything else. Alright, so with all that covered, I'm now going to talk about my party and then demonstrate the fight. So, lots of ways to do this. I would recommend 5 damage dealers and 1 healer, and the healer being Liana, because Liana can keep everyone healthy. Okay. And for the 5 damage dealers, ideally you can debuff the enemy's defense and magic defense to increase their damage, and maybe bring someone that has attack command, which is Angelina or Matthew as well. Because Angelina and Matthew with attack command would increase everyone else's damage since it increases attack and int by 10%. So that's an option though. Other than those 2, I would generally say try to focus on 1 faction if possible, and if possible also have characters that are capable of wiping out Lancer class enemies, because there are some random spawns of Lancers that's not mentioned here. So for me, taking down Lancer class enemies will be Lana with Free Strike, really. Bernhardt might be able to do it so as well as infantry class against Lancer, but those are the 2 for me. And finally, I have Bernhardt who has both Hegemony and Lord's Will to decrease the enemy defense significantly to allow the physical stretchers to do more damage. I also have Lana bringing Magic Defense Intimidate to allow Bozel to do additional damage when following up. Alright, so that's the way my party is built. Oh, last but not least, I'm running 2 characters with 3 range. So Omega with Uller's Bow and Zerida bringing catapults. It's just to make it easier. That way I have less healing to do. Okay, let's begin now. So the reason I'm bringing the 3 range though is in large part because Deus Excellion only has 2 range. So 3 range attackers totally avoid retaliation from him. Alright, so the first turn, no cannons are activated, and it's just do as much damage as you can to Deus Excellion. So I'm going to start with Bozel, just faction buffing, to allow everyone else to jump in. So everyone else now has increased damage. So let's have Bernhardt start, because Bernhardt decreases the enemy defense. And just enter. So now we get to see Deus Excellion now has 432 defense, significantly reduced. I'm going to follow up now with Lana, watching her attack, Dark Reaper, and then if I just end turn here, I get to see Magic Defense Intimidate get applied. So continuing to follow up. Omega. Zerida. And finally, Liana, who is I'm going to actually have act again Bozel, so Bozel can attack right away. Act again should really only be used on Bozel because he's my faction buffer as well. Otherwise, other characters would lose faction buff. So there we go. Cannon recharge. So first cannon, second cannon, third cannon. This is bad. Having this cannon activate is always a nightmare. Okay. The other cannons don't matter. They really tend to be out of the fight. But this cannon is right where the magic soldier is, so that one's a pain. So the best way of dealing with it, I suppose, is to shift back after you attack with your characters. And that's what I'm going to aim for. And I know this turn, Deus Excellion uses Strafing Fire, the AoE. So yeah, let's do my best. I'll start with Bernhardt and shift back. So my Bernhardt does have his exclusive armor, so that's why even though I shift him back 2, Deus Excellion is still within 3 blocks, so he still has this attack and defense reduction debuff. Beyond that, I have to not have anyone in the line that Lana and Bozel are on. So a few limitations, but not too many. And also these lines here too. Alright, so if I have Omega strike here and shift back, that'll be fine. If I have Lana shift north and strike, and then shift back too, she'll be fine. Zerida can attack here and maybe shift. No. Zerida can attack here, where she is, and shift back 2. Bozel will attack here and then shift back 1. So everybody, my whole party is going to be in range for the AoE hit of Deus Excellion. But there's nothing I can do about that because of the way the cannons were set up. So yeah, here comes the Strafing Fire AoE. Everybody is hit, but they're all alive. No. So I'm going to start with a prayer here to heal up everyone. And what I need to keep in mind as well is that the debuff transfers to characters. It only lasts 1 turn though, so as long as a character already has it, it doesn't matter. So, for example, if I have... So what that means is, for example, if I have Bernhardt attack, if I move him back 1, he transfers it to a character that hasn't acted yet, so it's no big deal. If I have Zerida now, attack, and retreat to here, let's say, or here, then he's transferring it to characters who already have it still as well. And then I don't think I'm going to have everyone attack due to the way the cannons are set up, because I want to get rid of this debuff after all. So maybe I'll just shift Lana back like so. Let that debuff disappear. Right? Bozel is pretty much the same. Just shift him out of the way. Oops, I actually ended up putting Bozel in range for an attack, but yeah, whatever. And finally, Omega can attack from this tile and then shift back one. So there we go. So actually I placed Bozel in range of this cannon. But since he's not really using any attack this turn, it won't affect things. And Liana gets hit by the skill, the third skill, Charge Claw of Deus Excellion. Quick note, if you don't leave anyone in range, like if you don't leave anyone in this line here, in the same line as him, he won't use the skill that turn. So just an interesting factor that I didn't really mention. Okay, so let's get rid of the Lancer Golem with a free strike from Lana, easily killing it. And if I have Bernhardt attack here, he can't get out of range of this magic cannon. But I'm actually not afraid of taking that hit from the magic cannon this turn. So what I can do, for example, is have Bernhardt strike here, and then shift back, and have Omega just thinking. If I have Omega attack. Oh, it lived! Wow! Okay, whatever. Did not expect that. But so be it. I'll have Bozel faction buff. So, even though it lived, it will suicide into my Bernhardt, so that's okay. I get hit by Magma Bringer, but this is the turn where he reactivates Cannon Recharge, so that debuff didn't really have much of an impact on the fight. At most, it means Bernhardt can't attack this turn, because he'll take 75% increased damage. So, Cannon that's activated is this one, and this one. So these two are out of the fight, I don't care about that. The only one that matters is this one, where I have to move Bernhardt and Omega out of range. So let's just start doing that. So, Lana, Dark Reaper. And I see he already has a defense reduction debuff, so I don't have to worry about applying it this turn. So I'm spreading out a little bit, at least, to reduce the number of characters who get hit. Going to have Liana self-heal here. Oops, I put Liana in range of that cannon. Oh well. I think it should be okay. Let's see. So Liana gets hit. And yes, it is okay, because Strafing Fire hits the closer group. So, small mistake with getting hit by the cannon, but Liana doesn't die, and that's all that really matters. Now, I think I'm going to want Liana to provide healing to these three to start things off. And I will have Bernhardt strike right away. And I'll leave him right here. No, nope. Back up. That stupid cannon. Lana. And back up a little. Bozel. And back up a little. Omega. With the 3 range strike. And back up. And then Zerida. With the 2 range attack, or 3 range attack. And I'm going to actually place Zerida closer. So that Zerida is the one that gets stunned by Charge Claw. I want to keep Liana unstunned. There we are. Okay. So guess I'll start off with Omega. Activating Cold Blood, I guess. And giving an attempt to kill off this Lancer Golem. That worked. And then Bernhardt can hit and retreat. Lana attack and retreat. Bozel, the same thing. And then Liana. Why don't I... I'm just looking. Who to heal? Might have been better off healing up Bernhardt actually, because Bernhardt would have actually killed this golem if he was at full health. Oh well. It's fine. Cannon recharge. So what I have to do is now avoid this cannon. That's the main thing. And it has this range. The line where Liana and Lana are on is dangerous. So... Why don't I just have Lana kill off the Lancer Golem and shift forward like this. And then everyone else has to so everyone has to shift forward basically. Hey. Whatever, fine. That was a careless click. I meant to attack, not enter like that, but sure. The whole point right now is to get everyone to safety. And as long as that happens, I don't really mind. So, action buff. And finally, the heal. And I get hit. Everyone gets hit by strafing fire, as mentioned. You know, whatever. So let's pray her up. And hopefully finish this fight. Oops, I just transferred homing missile back to Liana. Careless mistake. But I guess one of the things that you can say is this battle does allow for careless mistakes. Even though I made that mistake, it's not like it's an instant lose, is what I mean. So, Charge Claw. Zerida is stunned again. 2 new golems. But I don't actually need to deal with them because I think I can finish off, maybe finish off the magic soldier this turn. Shall we see? So, let's start with Bernhardt's strike. Let's follow up with... Actually, let's follow up with some healing. Right. First, I can have Omega attack. And then turn. I can actually have Lana attack. Shift back. And then I can act again, Lana, to make sure he dies. So I still have 2 more attacks to finish the battle. Yeah. So I didn't have to rotate to get rid of the Lancers yet again, just quickly finish the battle with this. There we are. So, not too bad. Like, this battle does allow for mistakes, unlike some of the other fights. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this video useful to you. And on that note, Nitro out.